You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com. Hello and welcome to the Ticket Stub, everybody. We come live every Thursday at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM. You can also listen on irlonestar.com. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to all of our podcast feeds on any podcast app, our Facebook, our Twitter. You can find all that stuff on irlonestar.com/TTS. In studio, I'm Connor. We're here with Dick and Chris. Dick, how you doing, bud?
What's up? Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Another day. It's a little cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
Very cold, but today's a little better. Chris, everything good with you, man?
Doing well. Theater's starting to slow down a little bit, so we're recovering from the busyness of the past 2 weeks, and so it was all really good for us.
All right, you make that money?
We made that money.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right, and in studio, we've got the Buras. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
All right, so we had the Buras. It was, I think, like episode 28, maybe, something like that we had him on November the 9th, looking at it right here. So we're going to play a game with him later on, but he's going to sit in and just be a part of what we're doing, so feel free. Should we call you the Buras at all times, or, I mean, you know?
Well, that was the branding.
Yeah, okay, so we'll just stick with that. All right. He has another name, but we won't talk about it. The Buras is glad to have you here. We want to make sure that we're always pointing you guys again to social media, Twitter at _Ticket Stub. So that's going to be a way that you can get in touch with the show, communicate. We also have email. Again, all that stuff's on irlonestar.com/TTS. What we're going to do today, normally we do news. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We're also going to rewind some movies we've seen. We're going to play Stump The Buras. And also next week, Chris, we have an important announcement for next week's show.
We do. We have an actor and filmmaker local. His name is Travis Champagne. I believe that's how you say his name. But he's directed...
Champagne, I believe.
Champagne.
Yeah. Dick, what do you think, man?
I'll do it when he's here.
Okay, yeah.
So that way he gives me those funny looks.
It's spelled like it's got to be champagne.
It has to be, yeah. He's directed a couple of award-winning short films, Native and The Sound of Trains, which both are really, really good.
I feel like you're stepping on the lead. Like, he's known for something, right?
Well, he was in All the King's Men with Sean Penn.
Okay. Okay, but he was an actor,
When you
right?
say he was in it, was he like a guy at the restaurant that got shot?
No, he was Sean Penn's son in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a little different.
And so he lives locally here in town,
I believe he
right?
lives in the Woodlands, yeah.
I still want to interview that woman who got shot in Pulp Fiction on the street. You know that scene where
Yeah.
Bruce Willis gets spotted by the bigger guy? Was it Marcel? What's his name?
Marcel.
And again, they shoot each other, and this one random woman gets shot, and she makes that funny noise.
Do you know her?
No, I want to, though, because it was great acting.
All right.
The Ticket Stub!
Hey, here every Thursday, live.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to do that. We're going to have him next week. We're excited to have Travis Champagne come in. So we're going to go ahead and hop right in. We got a lot to talk about today. Normally at this point in the show, we would do news. We would talk about things going on in the world of movies, maybe breaking things, trailers, all that kind of stuff. But today we're going to talk about a couple different things. First off, Golden Globe ballots. Now, Chris, this is kind of your idea, so I want to pass it off to you to explain what it is we're going to be doing.
Well, the three of us are going to fill out a Golden Globes ballot. And
which we have right here.
Yeah, and these ballots are going to be sealed in the Lone Star Studios vault.
It's the
secret vault.
It's the safest vault.
It's the secret vault that nobody knows about except Dick. And he doesn't even have the combination. There's the guy that comes, so it's fair.
Are we going to have an insurance company or
No,
whatever?
Pearson down the street.
Oh, okay.
They'll take care of it.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, we had Ernst & Young at my theater. That's a band.
Is that,
not yet, it's a band.
Is that related to anything else?
No.
Okay. So, anyways, what are we doing, Chris?
Yes.
Are we going to interview them?
Yeah.
Yes, Ernst & Young, yes. Whoever is the closest on the Golden Globe ballot.
So we're picking every award category.
Every award category, including television, because there's, actors, are also in movies that are on TV, so it kind of pertains to what we do here. But the winner will get...
2 tickets to the Grand.
No, we'll get this bad boy right here.
Bro, please.
Yes.
So
This is the Golden Dude.
Where did you find this?
On Amazon.
So for those that can't see, or if you're only listening, it is kind of like an Oscar statue.
Yes.
But it is
not quite as big as the Oscar, but it's a solid 9.
Is it heavy? Can I hold it for a second?
He definitely has a sock.
What?
In his pants. That's a joke.
Oh, okay.
No, this is a solid. It's like solid 9-inch.
Okay,
Yeah,
stop.
it's
It's like an Oscar. It's like the Oscar, but it's more of a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait when we talk about our next best movie category with masturbation coming up.
Oh boy. Yeah. So this is the Golden Dude. So
The
whoever
Golden
wins
Dude.
gets the Golden Dude,
I'm
and the
excited.
Golden Dude, yeah, he'll stay in your house until the Oscars.
Well, we can pass him back.
Yes, it's like the Stanley Cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
like
every
the Stanley
award
Cup.
season, the Golden Dude will be passed
Right.
around. So this is going to be the first opportunity for anyone to possess the Golden Dude.
That is correct.
So we'll fill this out. We'll do it. We'll also post this ballot to our social media, Facebook and Twitter. That way, anybody else can play along also. And for those that don't know, the Golden Globes are on Sunday, January 7th. And so
Central Time on NBC. So.
yeah, so do that, play along, and then afterwards, which this is going to kind of be, I don't know, I guess you could cheat, but afterwards, tweet us a picture of your ballot so that we know, how you did and how your scores turned out, and that'll be, whoever has the highest score will get some tickets to the Grand for next week. So that's how we'll do the ticket giveaway for next week, is participation in the Golden Globes ballot contest. I'm excited for that. I feel like I usually have an okay feeling about this stuff, but we'll see. I don't know. Have you done this kind of thing before, Chris?
I have. With the Buras, we do it pretty much every year, and I think I won one time, but I don't.
Well, but to be fair,
He generally wins.
When it comes to the TV stuff, I really have no clue. So that's the thing about the Golden Globes.
Well, the Burris is Rain Man, so it's not fair to really put yourself up against a god when you're just a mere
Right.
mortal.
That is
You
true.
mean Rayman from 1995?
Yeah,
Yeah,
which grows
or-
on the.
Raymond?
I'm just kidding. We'll get there later.
That wasn't 1995.
Was it? Oh, it was before.
I think
Is
it
that what
was
you're saying?
80s, I think.
Okay, yeah. So that's not part of the game that we're
Yeah,
playing.
that's when he falls apart.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit calling last year, this year. I wanted to do this at the end of last show, and we ran out of time. But I just want us to go around and just say what was because we did our top movies of the year from 2017. And the year's over now, so now we can spend a little time making fun of 2017. What were some of the worst movies that came out in 2017? Now, Dick, you've probably seen a lot of. It's going to be hard to maybe pick just one, right? Hard to pick just one movie. But Chris, what do you got? What's the worst movie from last year that you saw?
Baywatch.
What?
Yeah.
How dare you?
That thing was a piece of crap.
That was not even close.
Piece
to
of crap.
Not even close.
It's not the
First
worst,
off,
but it's pretty bad.
The Rock is good, okay? And Zac Efron. I'm all in on Zac Efron.
Is it because
Yeah.
his shirt's off?
Yeah, because he's hot.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Because he's freaking hot, guys.
That doesn't help.
No. And
So what didn't you like about Baywatch? What was so bad?
It wasn't funny at all. And I like The Rock. I know you like The Rock.
do,
but-
yeah.
And he was, what good enough for what the writing was, which
Yeah.
was non-existent.
Yeah, not a great movie.
No,
I had
no.
higher hopes.
Yeah.
I had higher hopes than what it turned out for sure. But for that to be your worst movie of the year just shows a total lack of awareness.
Oh,
Chris.
I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Well,
Shots fired.
I'm curious to hear yours.
All right, Dick, do you have one worst movie of
Well,
the year?
I think one thing we have to declare is movies that aren't just from 2017, like the movies that were released. So I saw this movie last year, but it's not a 2017 release movie.
Okay.
I saw Pixels,
Oh, yeah, that seemed bad.
and I saw the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
Pixels was far worse, in
Really?
my opinion. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, it was just.
By the way, you sent us a text of something you got, like a little souvenir, right? I don't think we've talked about that on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you tell
So for Christmas, I got a piece of poop keychain that farts, and it's from the Emoji Movie. And then I got in this discussion with somebody, and I would love someone to tell me that they said the original poop emoticon wasn't poop; it was supposed to be chocolate ice cream. Like that was literally the original intent of it.
Actually,
and people just said it was poop. So like, okay, you can call it whatever you want.
I actually feel like that's probably true because they were probably trying to be wholesome with the emojis when they first started them, and then they just had to embrace
Then
it.
explain the eggplant.
I don't know.
Yes, someone please explain that to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I also heard that the praying hands emoji, which people use for please, please,
Yeah.
please, that's actually a high five. That's not praying hands.
Hmm.
Yeah, blow your mind right there. I don't know. That might not be true, but someone told me that. All right, for me, worst movie of the year. This is a worst movie of 2017. Had to be The Dark Tower. It was absolutely awful. There was not one good thing about it. It was boring. It was stupid. It had, the plot was bad. Actors who I think can be good at other times weren't good. It was like Matthew McConaughey. This was him with no direction. I can't believe there was a director telling him to do anything because he was 100%. He was further than 100% McConaughey at this point with the things he was doing, his expressions, all that stuff. And I thought it was the book is so well loved by so many people, like a very famous book, and the movie was so terrible.
Now, do you think there's a reason behind Stephen King's conversion rate on money and success, his movies are like either really good or just really bad.
So
Do you think it's source material? Or I think it's just who's the creative team behind each movie.
Oh, I think it's creative team 100%.
I think it's that, and what I would say, and I'm not I don't read necessarily, but what I think is his plots seem to be a little bit out there sometimes, and I think that can be hard to translate to film when especially when you're in a more constrained time frame. Like a book can be long, so you can really develop this stuff, and then movies, you have a really kind of a short time to talk about, like, and sometimes like they did it really, really well. It's like, oh, there's this demon clown. Why? Whatever. There just is, and here he is. But then Dark Tower, it's like there was this whole universe they were trying to explain in like one, they like yada 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 through. I think probably what were major plot points.
Well, did they have any text screen intro kind of thing?
Honestly, I don't even. I'm sure they did. I'm sure that they did. I don't even remember though.
And the film's only like an hour and a half long too to begin with.
Yeah, which was the best part, was the fact that it wasn't real long. Okay, Burris, what was the worst movie you saw 2017?
I have a few of them. Like Boo 2 was awful. King Arthur was awful.
Whoa!
But
you just heard. Yeah, King Arthur was my King Arthur was my second place.
Transformers.
Okay, I missed it. I didn't see it. I've seen every other one in theaters, and I didn't.
The first one's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the third one's okay, but like ever since then they just gotten worse and worse, and they get longer too. They get so boring. Yeah. So that's the part of the problem. It's like 2 hours 45 minutes. And just so
is that how long it was? 2:40
with previews. I think it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
I know that the fourth one with the first Wahlberg one, was rough.
Oh, he's bad. He's bad in it too.
Yeah,
he's a good actor too. I think, so.
Maybe I don't know if he's just getting a payday or what, but those were Nick Howard, friend of the show. I think he did one of those really bad Transformers. He did the special effects on them. Not indicative of his special effects work.
You still have to have him ask Pierce Brosnan if he'll
come
on the show.
Well, to be honest, that's probably the shining thing of the Transformers.
The practical effects.
The practical and special effects.
All right, so quickly, I want to go around and and we're talking about new releases for 2017. So that just whatever you heard, whatever it seemed like, scale of 1 to 10. What kind of a movie year was 2017 for you? Burris, we'll start with you. Scale of 1 to 10, was it 5, 10?
I would say it's like 6 out of 10 probably. I would say.
Okay, 6 out.
Decent summertime. The off year time is pretty bad. So.
Pretty rough. It had some really low moments. Chris, what about you?
I'm going to say it was about a 3 for me.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there wasn't
enough Medea. There was only like 2 Medea movies this year. How could you possibly? Right. Okay, so a 3. Dick, what about you? You saw like one movie in theaters, and it was Emoji.
Oh, do we have to see?
A 2017 release. Any 2017 movies.
Well, I really like The Great Wall. So
no, you did not.
I would say that's got to be. You
did not like The Great Wall.
Yeah, I did.
It
was so stupid.
That
it
might
was great, especially the end scene where they're climbing the tower, and I'm thinking Matt Damon is like really strong to do all this stuff.
Do you think he just wanted to grow his hair out, like he needed an excuse to have long hair?
No, I guarantee you, someone from China goes, "Hey, we're going to pay you $40 million. You want to be in this movie? What am I going to do? You're going to shoot arrows at invisible beasts." It's like, okay.
He turned down Manchester by the Sea for that movie.
No way.
Yeah, and Casey Affleck won an Oscar for it. So
yeah, well, I think Casey Affleck was probably better than he would have been in that role. But
isn't The Great Wall? Is that Steven Seagal's biography movie?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is like a story of his life.
Yeah, it's actually a true story. Yeah, it's based
That's
loosely inspired by true. It was inspired by true events.
Okay.
Yeah, he was actually fighting the inner demons. It wasn't real demons.
What was funny about it though is he actually ruined the movie for me because of them focusing on him being white. Yeah. I was like, if they just did a strict like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of movie, this would be all right. But no, they have to have the guy from the Game of Thrones and Willem Dafoe and randomly in this movie.
Why was Willem Dafoe? He's weird, but that was rough. It was
a great movie.
You got to sell tickets, I guess, which I bet it didn't do. I would say 7.5 out of 10. I was a little more optimistic. I saw a lot of movies this year in theaters, and I think I counted. It was like I saw almost 50 in theaters this year, and I would say most.
Wow, that's almost one a week.
I know, yeah,
wow.
And most of them were okay. There was some terrible ones.
The summer was really good.
The summer had some really strong movies. Yeah. I think the last couple of weeks have had some pretty good movies as well. Again, the off times were bad, but there was a lot of movies. Looking back, there was a lot of movies this year that were really kind of like under the radar but enjoyable. Okay, quickly. What about 2018? What's your predictions? We'll go same order. Burris, you think same thing? 1 out of 10. What do you think?
Quality?
Yeah.
I was probably 7, about the same.
Yeah, kind of stay right around the same.
Summertime looks good, but the off season looks pretty bad. So.
Okay. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7 as well.
Optimism.
There's surprise hits like Super Troopers 2. That's gonna be awesome. Rampage looks good. Slender Man, Ocean's 8, and there's Incredibles 2 with my man Craig T. Nelson in it.
There you go.
that'll do well as well.
All right, Dick, any thoughts about 2018?
No.
Okay, take the fifth. I'm going to say 8 to 8.5. Excited about Ready Player One. I don't know if it's going to turn out good, but it's really, really interesting. Seems cool. We'll see. I like the stupid action. I mean, Pacific Rim 2, Pacific Rim 1 is terrible, but I love it.
It wasn't terrible. It was well done.
I don't know. Well done.
I'm going to call it to me the bomb of the year. Pacific Rim 2.
You think so?
Stateside, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Overseas will do good.
I think it definitely has potential to not do well, box office wise.
First one didn't that well.
But I'm going to love it. I think Pacific Rim 1 looked fantastic. The acting was bad, and the plot was bad. I mean, you're talking about
Charlie Day in it, though.
Do what?
Charlie Day's in it.
Charlie Day, which I think was the most distracting part of the movie. Him and his little British friend or whatever, which I think they probably could have had. They just wanted to have more actors in it. Sicario 2, interested in that.
Yes.
Sicario 1 was really awesome. Loved it. Surprise hit to me. So I'm excited. I'm always optimistic about stuff. I always kind of I want everything to be good, and then a lot of times it turns out to not be. All right, we're gonna go to break.
Does the Phantom Thread count as 2000?
No, it's 2017 because it's up.
It's not out yet, though.
Yeah, but it's limited release. So they release it in one theater in New York, and then that way it's up for Oscars, and then they roll it out slowly over January. That's what a lot of these all these Oscar movies that haven't even come out yet, they really have, but they haven't at the same time.
Okay, because I think that movie's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited about Phantom Thread too.
It's gonna depress me for the rest of the year. I can only see one
And
depressing
it's
movie.
his last movie, too, supposedly.
Well, that was before that. He retired before that.
I think he retired before. It was after he'd filmed this one, but we didn't know. We didn't really know about it.
One.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I bet it's
Yeah,
not.
maybe.
If
We don't know.
I bet it's not.
He makes shoes in Italy.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Thrilling.
He's
gonna be
he's a cobbler.
That's a great movie too, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
Where's the sequel to that?
Right. I bet there will be
Where he
one.
passes on to his son.
I bet there probably will be. When we come back, we're going to rewind the movies we've seen from the last week, and after that, we're going to be playing a game called Stump The Buras. So stick with us here on the Ticket Stub.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio. Broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Hey guys, I'm Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
We are Nerd Thug Radio. Catch us every Monday from 1 to 3 and check out our website, nerdthugradio.com.
We like to talk about quilting, horseback riding, and baking quiche.
Actually, we don't, but we do like talking nerdy to you.
That's right. Every Monday from 1 to 3 p.m., hashtag talking nerdy to you.
We're back on the Ticket Stub. If you missed the first segment, we were talking about 2017, how it was as far as the year in movies. Also talking about 2018, what we thought. You should go back, find us on the podcast, any podcast feed, subscribe so you're getting us every week. And also we're doing the Golden Globe ballot game, so make sure that you're not going to miss out on that. Look to our social media where we'll be posting the official ballots. Ours will be locked away in the Lone Star Studio Vault.
Yes.
The safest place in all of Conroe. What we're going to do now is we're going to spend some time rewinding the movies that we have seen over the last week. We do it every week. It's our opportunity to talk about movies, different ones that we have seen. I was on a mission to see a movie every week or every day last week. I've got to let you know I did not quite succeed. I made 5 out of 7. 5 out of 7 days, which I felt pretty good about. And this week I've done 3 out of 7. So I'm on a 8 out of 14 kick. It'll probably have to slow down now that the holidays are kind of over. It's hard to maintain that kind of pace. But so anyways, what I'll be doing when it's my turn, I'm going to do kind of a rapid rewind of a couple to just move through them quickly to have an opportunity to talk about them. Chris, I want to start with you. What was something that you got to see this week?
Well, I saw Inadmissible, which is John Schneider's movie.
Okay.
And if y'all don't know who John Schneider is, he played Bo Duke on The Dukes of Hazzard. He was Superman's dad on Smallville. So he played Jonathan Kent there. But I saw his movie, and just aside from the movie, I got to meet him in 2006. And he is like the coolest, nicest guy in the world. So, I mean, I really want his movies to succeed, and I think they're actually pretty good. But Inadmissible is, the synopsis is a tale of nature versus nurture set in the courts and back roads of Louisiana from the unapologetic. Yeah, and it's basically, well, what? Yeah, It kind of, it's intriguing. But it was written.
How did you find this movie?
Go to John Schneider's Studios website.
Okay.
And it has
so you were just
on there.
you were looking for movies he was in.
Yeah, and it's on Vimeo, I think. It's something I discovered doing this. But the movie's pretty cool. He plays...
Oh, this is fairly recent.
Yeah, it's last year. He plays Bryce Danos, who's a Louisiana district attorney. He's charged with prosecuting a case against the son of a prominent Louisiana figure for murdering women and cutting them up into little pieces. So John Schneider's like the district attorney, and he is reviewing the evidence and stuff to try to prosecute this case. But I can't. I should have asked this before. But he is a total bad A. Can I say that?
You did bad A, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can't say the word.
Stop it.
Okay, great.
Stop it at the A.
But you can
Chris.
say
Stop at the A.
stuffs it with the sock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he
hilarious
certainly
jokes like that.
He stuffs this role with a sock big time. It is. He is really good in it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's cool. So he's basically trying to find evidence against this guy's kid, and so he has a little torture chamber in his.
You probably said
house.
this while I was, but he wrote, directed, and was in it.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. So
I can ask him that question, right? When
If he stuffs it with a sock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't. We're trying to get John Schneider to come on the show, or call in on the show at least.
Yeah.
And asking those kind of questions probably isn't going to help us get there.
Well, thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a normal interview question.
Yeah, it's a go-to. All right, so would this be worth people looking up?
Yeah, I think it's really good. He's totally cool in this movie. There's some great lines in it. There's one line.
Well, he wrote it and directed it.
Right.
Of course, he's gonna be totally cool.
Of course, but there's a line that says, "My money's good everywhere. It's your money that I'm worried about."
Ooh.
That's a sweet line there. There's another line too that I really like, but it's extremely graphic, so I can't say.
Just use all the letters. All right, Dick. What about you? You see a movie this week?
I did. I saw the 2017 Netflix Bright.
You saw Bright.
I saw Bright.
Okay, well, tell us about it. It's getting a lot of publicity.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, so it's free if you're not free with your subscription. And it's set in a world where fantasy creatures live side by side with humans. So it was kind of an interesting world building. They did all right with it, and I got into it just because it was fun and it kept moving. But some of the stuff that's like standard in movies, like especially if Will Smith's in it, like I feel like he has clauses in his movies that he has to be the main character, like be the ultimate person or whatever. Because he's kind of he keeps saving everybody in a sense, and I kind of got tired of that. Because the orcs were the cool. He wasn't an orc, and I was like, let's make the orc do some cool stuff, but he didn't really do anything cool.
Was it just humans and orcs in this world, or was
there's elves. There was a dragon for a second, but like it's in the background. So like the world building was well done. I was more excited about seeing the next one than this one, if that makes sense. There's enough into it where I was interested in the lore.
Does it take place in current time?
It's current time, and basically
it's like alternate universe Earth.
Alternate universe Earth, and basically the best way to describe it is orcs are like the minorities now, and like they even do the stereotypes like the gangsters and the poor areas are all orcs, and the elves are the richest people, so they had like a Beverly Hills kind of scene to show you where the elves lived. And all the acting was really well done. The main three actors in it were I can't pronounce her name. Noomi Rapace.
Yeah, Noomi Rapace.
Yeah, she played the bad girl elf, and then Joel Edgerton, he played the orc, and he did all right. I think one thing I can imagine.
Oh, that was Joel Edgerton.
He was the main orc.
totally facial prosthetic, right?
And I will say, I don't know if I was a special effects artist, like. It's the same thing that Warcraft had the problem with. The movie is the girl had like actual prosthetic teeth in her mouth, so when they would talk, it was just really hard to understand at certain dialogue. And I think they try to go around that because they said he filed his teeth, so you couldn't see. It wasn't like in Warcraft where she literally had a fang coming up out of her teeth, and you can totally tell it was prosthetic. But I think they try to get around that so that he could actually talk a little bit better. But it still was a problem, especially with all the orcs who were in the scene who had full prosthetics. So
were the orcs like really good at basketball?
Actually, I think there was a basketball scene. Well, actually, there was a dialogue. There's a piece of dialogue about the best OND end are orcs, and it's not racist. It's physics.
It's fact, man.
That's what the line was, and I was like, yeah, that's right. I mean,
it's just facts.
But I would say overall, it's really cool. Especially the special effects are well done, and it felt kind of like. Those gritty cop movies, kind of like that's because you're following them the whole time in a car somewhere.
Like Training Day or something?
Yeah, something like that. So I would definitely check it out if you're into fantasy stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely catching a lot of polarizing opinions on different articles I've read.
Yeah.
Some people saying it was the worst movie of the year. Some people were saying it was one of the best movies of the year.
You know, it's funny. That's the reason I watched it, because I was like I said, I really like watching bad movies, and I was kind of disappointed because it wasn't bad.
It was actually okay.
Yeah.
They just announced a sequel to it too.
Did they really? So they are
Yeah.
going to have a sequel.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the world building, it's well done, and so like I if Will Smith wasn't in it, I'd still watch it. Like the stuff that went on in the movie, and then talk about the history of the world and how this magic is not as obvious as other movies like to make magic, like Harry Potter or something like that.
It had a huge turnout. If it actually released in theaters, it would actually be one of the biggest movies of the year. If they actually everybody watched it,
And paid for it though. So
Yeah, it's a little different,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah.
You know, that was a turnout.
A little tricky because when you have Netflix, it's easy to hit play on something
Yeah.
when it's free. All right, well, Burris, did you watch a movie this week? Can you talk quickly about?
Yeah, I watched Tropic Thunder last night. I've seen it before, but it's a great movie. It's got a great cast. Like
Yeah.
It's Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr., which is great, Jack Black, Tom Cruise, is great in it.
Tom Cruise is awesome. Maybe his best role.
Bill Hader, Danny McBride's really funny. Nick Nolte, it's really funny.
Nick Nolte's the claw
yeah,
hands.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh shoot, I forget what his name is. It's something ridiculous, like
It's like Tate Flanagan or something.
whatever you think. Yeah, the typical action movie. All right, so you just got the itch. What made you want to get on that?
I was on Netflix and I just saw it. And I was very
That's
fun.
probably Matthew McConaughey's best movie.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
That's
On
really
the TiVo.
he's like,
Yeah.
got your TiVo.
You got your TiVo yet? Okay, I'm gonna call him up right now. When him and Tom Cruise have it, or which one of them talks to the terrorist?
Both
Tom
of them.
Cruise.
I think both of them do.
Or maybe
Yeah,
they
yeah,
both
yeah.
do. When Tom Cruise talks to the terrorist, that's a great scene.
But Tom Cruise is like telling him he's trying to get an insurance claim from the actor because they think he's going to die, but
Yeah.
but he's like holding a picture up of like a airplane versus like a picture of his best friend, or whatever, and trying to decide which one's more important. It's really funny. Matthew McConaughey's really funny.
All right, well, I'm going to do three super quick here, and then we got to go to break at the bottom of the hour. I saw I, Tonya the other day
Oh,
in
yeah,
theaters. That's
good,
the
yeah.
Tonya Harding story. Yeah, really good. Okay, so I'm one of those people who, stuff like that, I have like casual awareness of what happened. I know they were both figure skaters. I know they were both trying to make the Olympic team. I know that Nancy Kerrigan got her knee bashed in, and it was somehow related to Tonya Harding. And I couldn't, if you'd asked me before the movie, I probably couldn't have drawn the straight line exactly to why or what or anything like that. But this was cool because it was really Tonya Harding's story. And, granted, it was based, one of the cool parts, it was one of those ones where they took interviews and then they made the actors recreate the interviews. So actors, like Margot Robbie is doing the interview, but it's actually the interview that Tonya Harding did give. And then they would have those moments, and then they would cut. So, most of the movie was cut to, these narrative flashbacks where they would tell different pieces of the story. But then it would come back to all of these actor-done interviews again and again. Really well done. I really liked it a lot. You really feel bad for Tonya Harding. I know that she's the villain of this whole story, or often comes off as that. But you really feel bad in the way that she was kind of white trash, living in this like prissy girl world of figure skating, and was never really accepted, and maybe never really treated fairly because she didn't look the part, didn't play the part, everything like that. This is a little smaller release. It's only in it's only in certain theaters. I had to go down to Market Street to find it around here. But definitely, I would say go check it out.
Margot Robbie's pretty good in it.
Margot Robbie's really good in it. Yeah.
Would you say it would be Golden Globe winning
Oh,
movie?
no, I would not say that at all. Don't you be marking it down. What's
Okay.
great about Margot Robbie is arguably one of the most attractive women in the world right now, in my opinion. And Margot Robbie's, yes.
Yeah, she stuffs it with a sock.
It's like they easily make her unattractive. It's amazing how they can do that. They can make these girls.
They monstered her.
No, not quite that bad. but a rough haircut can really make a difference. Like the '90s, the bangs and
The perm.
Yeah, it's rough. Also saw Downsizing.
Well, you don't think that's attractive?
Oh no, really, I love it. It's my thing. The mom look from like the early '90s, late '80s. You ever see that SNL skit where it was mom jeans? It was
Yes.
like Tina
Yep.
Fey and stuff.
Yep.
If you've never seen that, you need to look it up. I saw Downsizing. Matt Damon. It's where he gets shrunk down to like 5 inches tall.
Well, we can do 2 movies.
Seeing mixed reviews too.
I'm rewinding. I'm rapid fire rewinding. I said
right.
it earlier. But really quick. Matt Damon. He gets shrunk down to 5 inches. Long story short, don't see this one. So wow. So he's not
So
like he's not.
so this is bigger. This golden dude is
The
bigger
golden
than Matt
dude
Damon.
is bigger than Matt Damon.
Oh, okay.
I would say avoid Downsizing. Not good. Gets weirdly political. Has a lot of holes. I just wanted them to be in like the little small town the whole time because that was really cool to see. It was just like fun to see big things compared to.
It's a great director too. Alexander Payne's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, and I don't know why he.
Big budget.
Yeah, I don't know why he wanted to do this one after some of the other ones he's done that have been so much better. Last, All the Money in the World. This was the Kevin Spacey flip around. Christopher Plummer was great. The movie was kind of boring. So that's what I got as far as rewinds go. And those are things that are in theaters right now. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to play the game that swept the nation last time we did it, which is Stump the Buras here on the Ticket Stub.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? The Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Back on the Ticket Stub, Connor, Dick, and Chris in studio every Thursday on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. You can also listen worldwide on irlonestar.com. You can find our podcast anywhere podcasts are available. Be sure you're subscribing. Be sure you're telling a friend. Our YouTube channel, the Ticket Stub Podcast. A lot of people are saying, I've got some friends that are saying, I don't know what Dick looks like. I don't know what Chris looks like. Like, what are the, watch us on YouTube. You get to know us a little better.
And be disappointed.
Yeah, and you can see that we're just normal people, okay? I know we seem like models with our voices, our voices of angels, but we're just normal guys just like you, and we love to watch movies, and so that's what we're doing every week as we talk about it on the Ticket Stub. We've got the Buras in studio, and we're going to be playing a game called Stump the Buras. We played this one again a couple months ago, and we're going to do it again. Last time we played, my mind was blown.
Yeah?
Totally blown. The Buras came in, again, normal-looking dude, doesn't seem like, and he was all nervous, he was all shy, he was all timid. Oh, I hope I don't let you guys down. Oh, I'm worried this has been overhyped, because Chris had been saying what a phenom he was. So we came in with these softball pitch movies, and he got almost every single one right on.
Now, I see the look on Dick's face, and yes, let's mention
Dick
this.
won.
He won.
Good job,
yes, Dick.
Dick.
Won
You
last
did
time.
it last time.
Yeah.
You won.
Thanks, Kazam.
Because of Kazam.
Because of Kazam, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shaq.
Yeah, thank you. Daily opportunity to thank Shaq for everything he's done for us.
Yeah.
So this time, I think we're more prepared for what's going to happen. I'm ready for a Buras regression, all right? You had an amazing performance last time. I'm ready for you to slip up a little bit this time. Tried to pick movies that I think, at least, I don't know. And then I look at them again, I'm like, oh no, these are all softball pitches. I tried to pick ones that were going to be a little harder. Here's the rules. Each of us have 3 movies that are from the year 1995 or to present. So, from 1995 on. The Buras will have to try to guess the opening weekend box office amount. And so Box Office Mojo is our friend here as far as looking up those values. If the Buras is within $5 million on either side, then we get 0 points. If the Buras is not within $5 million, we get 1 point. Added a wrinkle this time. If he's over $25 million off, if he totally sucks it up and bombs, then we get 2 points. My guess is that probably won't happen because I think even Kazam, he was only off by like a couple of million. It was like 7 million or something like that instead of 5. So most points wins, and we have a bonus film in case we need to have a tiebreaker. All right, is everybody on the same page with what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Chris, you want to start us off?
Sure. I've picked the animated classic Monsters, Inc.
Ooh, what year's Monsters, Inc.?
I didn't write it down.
Oh.
It is, yeah, it is right.
2001, Monsters, Inc. Okay, opening weekend box office. Burris.
Wasn't it 62?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 62.5.
Yep.
Okay, so
What did it do total? Because I wrote that down too.
200, 260 something. I'm not.
255.
Yeah, pretty
Too bad.
pretty good. All right, Burris,
What
make
a
sure that
shame.
make sure the mic's right up against
Okay,
your
okay.
mouth. There you go. Okay, so Dick, so Chris, how many points do you have now?
I have none.
0 points. All right, Dick, what you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go with the movie 1996 Sleepers.
Is that a horror film? That's a horror film.
Does he get like one question?
Just a guess. Okay. I'm gonna say 15.
It was 12.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
So that counts.
Close.
So, was that a guess off anything, or were you just saying I don't really know it?
I'm not that familiar with it, so I know it didn't do that much. So.
Don't worry, I got 2 harder ones coming.
Yeah, Dick. I think you're the wild. This might be your game as far as like picking the most. Because I try to.
I can't believe I've never heard of Sleepers.
I don't know Sleepers.
Kevin Bacon, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, Brad Pitt. Are y'all serious?
Yeah, I don't know it.
That's a great movie because basically it's about kids throwing somebody down the stairs, and then they grow up to be these like crazy. It's really good. You should check it out. They get abused.
They have
I
a
mean,
head
if you
injury?
love those abusing films, very very popular today in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's a freaking loaded. That's a loaded cast.
I know. I'm telling you,
By the way, I heard an interview that was saying that
Billy Crudup.
Stanley Kubrick was trying to like hide in not The Shining. Which one was it? He was trying to hide stuff about how Hollywood was full of like sexual perverts in one of his movies. Like if you watch it,
Eyes
like,
Wide Shut.
Probably.
It might have been Eyes Wide. No, it might have been Eyes. No. What was the other one? What was
Clockwork
the,
Orange.
What was the one with all the nudity? Was that Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah, that was Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, that's the one it was. Anyways, okay. My first film from 1995. Heavyweights.
I'm gonna say like 12. I'm gonna say.
6 million.
Oh, wow.
Oh! This is my first point in Stump the Buras, and this is a big moment for me.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty excited. All right, I've got 1. Dick's got 0. Chris has got 0. All right, Chris, next round.
I have picked Along Came Polly.
Ooh, I like that.
That was a 4-day weekend.
The fact that he knows.
No.
The fact that he knows that is.
I want to say it was 27. It's one of those.
Yeah, it was 27.
Okay.
27.
3-day or 4-day? I think it was 3-day, wasn't it?
I didn't. I
I think
don't
it was
know.
3
When you
days.
say
It was 27.
When you say it's one of those, what does that mean?
Meaning, it's either for the 3-day or 4-day. I know both numbers. So.
Oh,
Look at him strut.
yeah. Look at.
What did you total?
80, 83, 82. Or it's 80 something.
88.
88. Okay.
First, does this skill come in handy in any other aspect of?
Not at
You
all.
work at the movie theater, so I guess there you could like hold court doing this with people. Like, is it like a bar? Have you parlayed this into like impressing ladies or anything like that?
No.
No, not at all.
Nobody else cares.
It's probably one of those things like when he gets home, he has to do like 6 movies
Oh, it's like
before he turns off the light or something.
Yeah,
Flashcards.
is that how it goes?
Yeah.
You know, if you'd spend all this time like putting a golf ball or something, like you could honestly
Like,
be
hey,
a multi-millionaire.
hey Alexa, name 6 random movies for me. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, you picked like the least monetizable skill possible, which is all of the. But it's amazing.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
I bet you anything with that knowledge, you can do pretty accurate predictions.
Yeah.
Like, give or
sometimes.
take, give or
No,
take.
we go back and forth pretty much every week.
I mean, I can see that. I can really see that
Really?
because you
Yeah.
definitely know the
You
ups and downs
You
and like
compare stuff and stuff like
the
that.
3-day, 4-day weekends, and that tells you how you probably added like what $4 to $5 million to your average because they had the extra day.
Yeah, it depends how big it is. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes it could be 50 million. It depends how big it is. So.
Like Insidious is coming out tomorrow. I'll ask him, well, okay, what's a comparable movie to that, of what you think it's going to do? And
You just compare like other January horror films and
all
In
right.
the time of the month.
Always got to factor in the time
Yeah.
of the month.
I think it's like a 20 just to let you know.
Okay, so Chris, another goose egg.
that's, yeah.
Yeah, 0 for 2.
Yeah.
Dick, what's your next one? You said you got a hard one.
All right, I don't know. This is gonna be a wild card. I don't know. My best friend's wedding.
Best friend's wedding.
Oh,
I'm gonna say 16.
Ooh, 21.
21.
oh, wait, hold on.
Ooh, that's right on the 5.
That's 5.
What does that count?
Does that count?
No, it's got to be more than 5.
Oh,
Hold on.
one. So it hit 21.6.
21.6.
So that's more.
I I think
That's
right.
more.
I think he's right, Chris.
That's fair.
I mean, we'll let you be the third vote here.
Yeah,
I
that's
think we
fine.
got to give a point for that because it's 5.6 million. All right, so
All right.
Dick's got one, Connor's got one, Chris.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to say it.
You got 0, buddy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, my next one from 2001, Rush Hour 2.
Rush Hour 2. 67.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
That's right. I even tried to do research of unexpected box
Yeah.
office turnouts, but
Are you serious? Rush Hour 2?
Oh, that's a huge movie.
Yeah.
That was huge.
yeah, it was big. It was unexpectedly big.
No, it wasn't.
That's what the article said. What are you talking about? No, it wasn't.
It came
No.
after Rush Hour 1, which was actually a really big old sleeper hit of the year. So people
Yeah,
wanted to
number
go.
one did 33, and it was a big jump.
All I'm saying is I googled unexpected box office opening weekend.
And HelloKitty.com
I think-
said it would be a
Yeah.
surprise.
Back in 2001, I think that'd be
HelloGiggles.com.
unexpected.
Hello
I think.
Giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Hello Giggles.
Well, the way I see it is, Rush Hour 1 did so well. When they make Rush Hour 2, you either double the price or double because more people because it did so well overall.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. Maybe they just didn't think a movie like that.
Now
would
look
be
at
that
Rush Hour 3. That might be an interesting.
49.
Yeah.
49.
49. It's a
thing-
big drop. It was a
Good
big
thing I
drop.
didn't make that my tiebreaker question because I thought about doing Rush
Right.
Hour 3 as my tiebreaker. Okay, so you were right on there. But then I started to think, I bet the Burris has looked at all of these websites. That was my other thing. Was can you trust any of these resources, or has he scanned them all?
He's
Probably
probably
so.
one that moderates them.
He probably wrote
I
them.
have moderated Box Office Mojo before they closed down, and now I'm an administrator on a box office site right now. So
Yeah.
What's Box Office Mojo?
Box Office Mojo is it's the biggest box office site.
Yeah, but I mean,
You don't know what Box
it's
Office-
not closed, is it?
That's what we're used to play the game twice.
But you said they closed.
No, it's not. They had a forum. They had a forums on there,
Oh, they
and
well,
it was actually the biggest box office. But then IMDb bought them out, and the forums don't bring in any money, so they just close them down.
Everybody started saying the F word too much about how they hated each other, and so they
Oh,
closed
yeah,
it down.
always
Yeah, you got to be
right.
careful.
oh, bright.
Right, that sucks. No, it's awesome. I hate you. All right, racist slur.
Swatted.
Is that a thing on Reddit or something?
You ever heard of swatting?
Uh-uh.
It's when they SWAT streamers and they send the SWAT office. One guy died like a week ago.
Oh, when they send the SWAT team.
Yeah, they get swatted.
Oh, okay.
What?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't hear about this?
No.
So people streaming, they find out where you're living, and they call the police, and they somehow convince them that you're doing something really bad, and they send the SWAT team to your
Because
house.
you didn't like the movie?
Or just whatever.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
this poor kid died because he
Someone
wasn't.
died,
yeah, he wasn't he didn't know what was going on, and the cop thought he was going for a gun or something.
Yeah, but that was
So-
something else. That dude, they saw him in a hotel room with a gun or something like that.
No, this is a kid they
In
got,
the hallway. Yeah,
Something like-
No, that's not him. This is a totally other story.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
God, they gotta stop killing people. I do that with the Mormons though to friends. You send the Mormons to their house because the Mormon you can enter on their website where you want them to go.
Really?
Yeah, and so what you do is you
Oh
sign
my
up. You
goodness.
sign up as if you're the other person, and then in the comments box, here's the kicker that I came up with. You put when you get there, I may act like I don't want you to be there, but I'm in a really emotional time right now, and so I flip back and forth about my belief. But keep pressing me,
No,
keep pushing because
the
I
real,
really.
is
the real
amazing.
kicker is you say you're an oil worker and you can only come at 2 a.m. because that's the only time you're up.
Yeah, because you have to work the day shift
Yeah.
or the night shift,
Oh,
whatever.
Wow.
Anyways, if you ever want to send the Mormons, and maybe they'll convert, and then win-win. That would be a cool thing, I guess. All right, so third movies. Have you done your third movie yet, Chris?
I have not.
Okay, what you got?
It is the Lorax. Dr. Seuss's The Lorax.
70.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you is there a doubt in your mind, or are you just do these numbers live deep inside and you just kind of pull them out, or are you picturing the website where it says the Lorax?
That was actually a big surprise hit. So that was actually pretty easy. The big surprise hits. are
that
actually
was
the ones
pretty
that-
easy.
Yeah.
Wow, sorry, Chris. Yours are super easy. Okay,
Wow.
so 0 points. All right, Dick, your
All
last
right,
one.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. This again. Some of my best friends writing. The re-release of Star Wars: A New Hope. The re-release.
See, I saw this one and I didn't pick it because it seemed like it was.
Is it 35? 35?
Yep.
Golly. Okay. I feel like this is going to be you won't even blink and you'll get this one right. I thought it was, as I was writing, I was like, oh yeah, this is tricky. Now I'm here, I'm like, no, I feel like an idiot. 1997, Men in Black.
Man in Black. They did, I believe 50. 50?
51.
51?
Yeah, that's correct. 51. All right, Dick, me and you. So what happened? Oh, I guess we never figured out what happens if neither of us get the bonus.
I
one.
guess I think you said it in the rules that we had to come up with a tie-breaking movie, but
Yeah.
I guess that just keeps going.
Yeah, I guess so.
If it was me, it would just whoever won last time
Oh, is that
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It
And that's how I would do
it just carries over.
Or I can graciously say you won. Just
Oh,
because.
how about this? Ooh, here we go. Tiebreaker. Burris gives us a movie. We each pick, and then whoever's closest wins.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds
I
good.
like that.
Yeah, role reversal. I like
Yeah,
it.
I like that. All right, throw any random movie. It can be from this year. We're terrible. We have no idea. So
It has to be from this year?
no, I'm just saying it could be.
Okay.
2001 Vanilla Sky.
Okay, okay, jerk.
17 million.
No, I'm gonna say it was like popular, but everybody hated it.
Everybody hated it. It's my favorite movie.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. See, I knew that. That's why I didn't say anything.
Open your eyes.
You love Vanilla Sky?
My favorite movie.
Golly.
Your eyes, David.
I'm gonna say 30 million.
The 25.
Oh,
Oh,
what'd you
man.
say?
I said 17.
So you win.
I win.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, everyone thank me for how I won, guys. Everyone, make sure you really give me lots of credit
That
for
was
the
so
fact that I
awesome,
won.
Connor. That was awesome.
Oh, Vanilla Sky, your favorite movie, huh?
Yes.
Well,
That movie's great, man. That's like probably the perfect
Yeah.
movie to use good vibrations in it.
Oh, it's got a great soundtrack.
And
Okay, what's the one? What's the one where I did a 2-week trip to Africa for like sightseeing and stuff, and we were there and we were watching like some sort of weird other TV, I don't know, and there was something halfway through it. I was like, I think, well, it's like channels from all over the world. I mean, some were British, some were African, some were. I mean, I don't even know. We were watching this weird subtitled movie, and after about 20 minutes, I was like, man, this is really familiar. And it was Vanilla Sky, but just with like
it's
other people.
Oh, it's Vanilla Sky's a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If Open Your Eyes.
It's whatever in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Abuelos, Lojos, something like that. Yeah.
Abilos Lojos, yeah.
I'm not gonna
I
attempt
didn't.
that one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Penelope Cruz is in both of them. So she plays the
Yeah.
character in both of them.
It was very confusing because I didn't know that, and I was watching this going like, wait a minute, this is very familiar. Not a big Vanilla Sky. Like if right now, if I was like, hey, I wanted to hang out and watch Vanilla Sky, you'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah, of course.
It just brings.
I always wanted to
No
buy
one
that mask, and then for my Halloween costume, wear the mask backwards like he does in the party scene.
Yeah, dancing,
That's why I really
yeah.
wanted to do that.
Would
I don't know
anybody
why.
get that?
Only cool people.
Yeah, only even the Burris would be like high fiving all night long.
One more. My tiebreaker. The Grinch. Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Is it 55?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
All right, I
worth
had
a
one
shot.
that I kind of wanted to do. Stepmom.
Stepmom. I think it's like 11, 12, something like that. I may be wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's like 20.
Okay.
Oh, you should have put that in.
Yeah. I just didn't know because I feel like those kind of movies,
What is
like, especially Julia Roberts, like she's a hit or a miss, and it's kind of hard because everyone thinks she's just a hit every time, and
Back in a certain time, she was a hit every time. For
Yeah.
a few years there, yeah.
that's why I was like, that's how you trick them is you get somebody who you think is star power, but they do half of what they usually make, and that's what happened. Because like I think Stepmom and then Mona Lisa Smile came out
I
afterwards.
did 11, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty great.
This game's almost not fun because you're too good. Except for I won. I guess I did win. All right. Do we want to go ahead and go to break real quick and then come
Sure,
back and wrap the
we
show
can,
up?
We can do that.
All
no,
right.
no, we got 5 minutes. No, forget that.
Forget that. All right, 5 minutes. So we'll just push on through then. Okay. So Burris, anything else going on in the theater that you could talk to us about, just on behalf of Chris? Chris always tells us what's happening. Is there anything we need to know
Yes.
about the Grand?
Well, we've been really busy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. So.
Yeah. Have you been working like nonstop as well?
When I'm there,
wouldn't
yeah.
say that.
I mean, yeah. Jumanji's been doing really good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so how does like it overtook, or I don't know if overtook. Like this week, it's bigger than Star Wars. I mean, I think Star Wars.
Not nationally. No, it barely. Star Wars barely won.
Oh,
So,
is it? Okay.
yeah.
I thought I saw.
But the theater average business in way less theaters playing nationally. So if it would have been the same amount of theaters, it would have won easily.
So like in your mind, like why does a movie like that? Like how does that explode so big? Is it just right time of year, just on holiday?
Right time
break?
of year, right kind of movie. Night at the Museum did the same thing back in 2006. And it looks like a lot of fun. It's got good reviews, great cast. It just perfect storm of everything. So.
Yeah, I just felt like it was set up to be terrible because it was based on another movie that was. I don't know, like was the original. I mean, I remember the original Jumanji like as a kid.
Well, it was one of those
but was it
things-
actually good?
Well, one of those things that no one
Yeah.
asked for.
I think people liked the original Jumanji.
No, everyone.
Heck
I
yeah.
loved it.
That's what I'm saying. I liked it, but as a kid, I liked everything. As a kid, I was stupid, and I haven't watched it since then.
What's the nostalgia? I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's
it doesn't
really
matter if it's
good.
bad right now or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I think it was one of the first movies to use. I forgot what kind of. It's like it was digital print technology where I'm trying to think. It's kind of similar to Star Wars where they used the first digital camera. Similar to that. It was before that though. It was before Episode 1, but they used some type of camera that they were allowed to use more digital effects than usual.
Is that like part of how they brought some of the animals around and
Yeah.
stuff?
The stampede scene.
Yeah.
One of the things I really liked about it was that I just feel like it did a good job making it like a video. I don't know. I think it was fun the way.
Oh, yeah.
Try the new one.
The new one.
New one.
They sidestepped. They didn't try to make it a board game, which nobody would have
I
cared
see.
about.
I wish they did because that's like the whole lore of the first one,
Yeah.
where the very end of it, you saw them finding it on a beach.
Well, and that's how it starts.
Is that how it starts or how it ends?
This one starts finding the new one starts with them finding on a beach, and I think that's how the old
The
one
sand,
ends.
yeah.
So it's kind of
The
a
board
tie.
game,
Yeah,
though.
the board game. But then
Okay.
the part that they kind of just like gloss right over is the guy has the board game and he puts it in his room, and then when he wakes up the next day and he opens the board game, there's like a cartridge inside, like it had transformed itself.
Oh, okay.
It had, like the evil
That's-
spirits of Jumanji.
That's the part of it I thought was missing. That's the Robin Williams part of the first one. He was actually the character that went into the game.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, someone goes into the game, but you don't know who. It's nobody big. It ends
It's
up
that
being
comedian.
Nick Jonas, I think, who it was there.
Okay, I see. What
But
you're
they don't really talk about it at the very beginning. So it does start off kind of slow.
saying. Yeah.
But once they're actually in the game, it's actually a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
my biggest problem is there's some logical fallacies in Jumanji where it doesn't really work in reality.
And Jack Black is great.
Yeah, I
Great.
like
So
Jack
funny.
Black. He was pretty. He was like the hot girl who gets trapped in the body of Jack
Yeah.
Black, which would be a nightmare. There's some funny.
Which probably who Jack Black really is. So
is a hot girl
yeah,
in real life.
in real life.
Well, that would explain some of his stranger choices. But there's some funny humor about realizing the other sex's body and things like that when you get transformed. Especially if you imagine being Jack Black all of a sudden after you were. That would be traumatizing, probably, in some ways. All right, well, we're going to wrap things up. We want to talk about coming up, movies that we are going to watch next week. Does anybody, Chris, do you have a movie you're going to try to watch before next week's show?
Yeah, I'm going to check out another John Schneider movie, I think.
Man, you're on a roll.
Yeah, I know. I want to
Okay.
check them out. There's one where, I guess, like Kane Hodder, the guy who played Jason in Friday the 13th, one of the movies, he's like in a trailer park and he's getting stalked by a killer.
Because he needs to know how it feels.
Yeah.
So John Schneider is not in this movie. He's a director.
I'm not sure if he is, but I think he directed and wrote it.
Are you doing all this in case he comes on the show? We have like plenty to talk about.
Well, I certainly hope that he does.
Okay.
So we're still hashing that out.
All right. Dick, is there anything you're going to try to watch before next week?
Oh, I really do want to see Blade Runner. It's finally out on
2049?
video on demand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty cool. And
Yeah.
I mean, have you recently watched the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're ready to go. You're in the right mind space for Blade Runner.
I got a question for you though before we go.
Okay.
We're doing our ballot for the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Does the guy from Baby Driver really need to be on the main actor?
Wasn't it a comedy or musical?
Well,
Yeah,
they couldn't
they-
put
they-
Yeah,
Kevin,
but like I felt like
they couldn't put Kevin Spacey.
That's not a serious.
so.
yeah, but like,
But-
compared to the
Sure.
it's not serious, but looking at the other people he's up against, I was like, is this role really that good compared to Get Out and into
So are you revealing what you're not picking?
yeah.
Okay, excellent.
You're giving us everything we needed to know to fill out.
Yeah.
I think when they do the Golden
Well,
Globe.
you saw the movie. That's what
Yeah,
I'm asking.
yeah.
I was like, looking at the other movies, and you've seen a couple of the other movies.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Like, I feel
I've seen all these all the ones in this category, and I think he probably is
He
not
sticks
on the same.
out?
He probably. I love that movie, but I don't think his acting is what.
Well,
makes
that's what I
that
was
movie
wondering.
Great. Like that movie's great for, in my opinion, that movie's great for a couple of reasons. But his acting is good, but not great. Like really, Kevin Spacey was better than him, but again, you can't put a pedo
I think
as
that
your.
I
as your
really was
selection.
hoping they're really going to do that because I
Just go for it.
go for it, like
Yeah.
the Roman Polanski thing.
Yeah.
And just keep churning.
He is
the
an
baby.
awesome actor. I mean,
Well, he
everything
is.
aside, he really is.
Well, that's another
Yeah.
conversation for another day. Is separating the art from the artist. Like what they produce from how terrible and scummy of a person they are. Anyways, we're doing this for next week. I'm going to try to watch Darkest Hour. Yeah, Darkest
Yeah,
Hour.
we have it at the Grand starting tomorrow.
Do you? Well, then I'll
Yes,
watch it at
we
the
do.
Grand.
And the
And
Disaster Artist,
Disaster
right?
Artist, yeah.
And the
Yeah.
disaster.
I've already seen that one, but the Darkest Hour, I'll come check it out at the Grand. That's better than going.
Yeah,
out
don't
tomorrow.
tell me stuff I've already seen.
Get with it, dude. I already talked about that one. I'm
Cool.
kind of pissed right now, ending the show on a bad note. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Make sure you do your Golden Globe ballot.
Hey,
Make
what about
sure-
the ticket giveaway?
Oh shoot! Well, we were gonna do a call. Did we?
I didn't see any calls.
Oh, all right.
Actually, we did, but if you call, please say it's for the Ticket Stub, because like Emily Molly person called in. That's
Was it
all.
one of Chris's Twitter bots?
I don't. It was.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Like, if you do call in, say it's for the Ticket Stub, because it's like, hey, this is Emily Molly just calling, calling for Lone Star, and that was it. And I was
Okay.
like, are they just?
We'll try to
trying
figure out who
win
Emily
tickets?
Molly
Or-
is, and if we can figure out who it is for us, we'll we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll figure
Well, we
something
need to
out
have
on
them
Twitter.
say a phrase or something.
Okay. The phrase that pays.
Because we get a bunch of phone calls with
an old radio
either drunk
term.
people or it's like.
Let's start giving tickets to those guys. All right, well, we'll figure it out. We'll do it on social media. But hope you had a good week. Burris, thanks for being in studio with us.
Having me.
And we will catch you next week on the Ticket Stub.
Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.